All right, what I'm doing is I found the hidden formats by the first writers, and I've combined all the books together. And right now I'm on page, 52 of 279 pages, and I'll be adding more pages as I go. Above me, a lot of people are fooled because they don't know that there are 12 commandments, so I put them up there for you to see right there. And then I'm going to take them down, and I'm going to put up kind of what I'm doing here so people stop by, they understand. I can just point, say, hey, just follow the messages here. Okay, now this is about the refuge cities, refuge city and laws. When our Creator told Moses to go into the people, when the people were going to go into the promised land, they were to set up a refuge city, and this describes why it's set up. Now, each tribe had this city that would hold a court. Okay, so let me see if that's big enough for you on the, maybe a little bit bigger here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just be reading it and editing the text. So, had Yahweh commanded Moses in their land. I think I better put a comma here. Moses in their lands to select places for your cities for refuge. They are. Hey, Ghost, how you doing? Boy, that was quick. I just started streaming, so appreciate you stopping by. The information of what I'm doing is right above my head. Great, man. Real good. That's good. I see you're from Twitch. That always helps. I'm real good. Yes, I'm a typo mistake guy myself, so I understand when you do that. So I try my best to figure it out. So, but well, thank you for texting. I haven't figured out how to text yet to make sure it gets up on the screen. And right now, I got it so I can see here right where I'm at. So, but it's good that you commented. Thank you. All right, now these cities, for your cities for refuge, they are for those who have killed anyone. I just added this word here, willingly or unwillingly, that they may flee there and be judged honestly by searching out the death. I think it should be cause. But what I've done is when I first edited all these, I cleaned them up. I went through them once, and now that I've got them all together, I'm combining them and still editing the text. So I think the word cause would be better. For the cities are to be their refuge from the avenger's hand until their trial. If you notice the format here, this is a 3-verse format, and it makes a small paragraph. This is another small paragraph, but they're so much alike that they become a larger paragraph. And then I put 2 spaces before or after them, and it repeats. So when you see the message above me where they wrote in columns, you can see that I found their columns. Actually, this is known as a psalm, and this together is psalms. There's a lot to learn when you start reading what the first writers wrote. So, for the cities are to be their refuge from the avenger's hand until their trial. Now, the avenger's hand, meaning that is someone from the family who is told or by our creator that they can go kill that person. But these refuge cities are set up that this person who has killed willingly or unwillingly can go have a judgment for or against him. So these cities were set up as courts, very much like the United States, each state having their own court system. And then like the Supreme Court would be those going down to Jerusalem to seeking the high priest's knowledge of the laws. If they wanted to kill, they are to die for they killed, but they will be put to death, and they will be put to death by the blood avenger himself, or stoned to death by those that lived by those that by I gotta add that. But if it was an accident or by something they did or without laying in wait, but if it was by an accident or by something they did, I don't need this word here, or without laying in wait. See, this is a statement, and then these two connect to become a sentence. So that's what's happening here. So the judgment for the slayer will be taken to their people and told they are innocent. It would have to be if the judgment for the judgment for the slayer will be taken to their people and told they are innocent. If the manslayer runs to flee, the avenger can kill them. Both are to offer a ram for their sin. Not both. I got that wrong. It has to be the avenger is. So I got to get rid of this. I'm adding this, and getting rid of this to offer for his sin. So when you read the 12 commandments, you'll see that they're supposed to atone or make an offering, a sin offering, if they killed anyone. Let me see here. How is that? Where is, oh, I haven't opened up the folder yet. So I've got here, where is it? You will not murder by your will. Okay, so this is number 8. You will not murder by your will. So here it has a cause that our Creator told them they could. Now he wants them to maybe, hey man, I need to leave for a few minutes. I was looking for something to watch before going to sleep. Hey, real good. Glad you stopped by. Maybe 10 minutes, but I'm really enjoying the stream. Well, that's good, because actually this is Jesus's prophecy. Let me show you real quick here. these are all the words. This is one story. This is another story. And this is, I can't remember which books they're from. But those who hate our Father hates me. But when my helper comes, he will bear witnessing of me. This witnessing of him, our Creator made me see him 8 times, and he made sure that I witnessed Jesus exists in heaven by him showing me a cross. And I have and just like I have taught mine from stumbling from me, he will guide them in truths about me. He will not speak of his own wants. He will speak and reveal to them what came from me. So when you start seeing some of my text that Jesus actually said, you'll see I've cleaned up the text. But these are the prophecies that Jesus is talking about, the helper. So that's what's going on. When I get done with this text, I will be giving it for free. And right now, if you go on my website, I have our Creator's hidden formats. So that's below my name right now. But thanks for stopping by. Hear me, Israel. Okay, now this is going to be Moses wrote. Okay, I made a note that this was something I thought Moses wrote. Because some of these were just pieces from different books. See, this is from Deuteronomy. And then the above, I think, was from Numbers. Okay, was from Numbers. So I'm trying to piece all the like laws together. And I made a note to myself, this is a note to myself, that this would probably be something that Moses wrote. So I have to watch how I highlight the words. Hear me, Israel. Why the our Creator, he is first. This. Now, there was text missing, so that's there. And these words I am reminding you today, they will be in your heart and tongue, and you will teach them persistently to your children as I talk to your children, as you talk to them sitting in your home. Now this text, because I've got a pretty good memory from yesterday, this actually, I think, goes up above. So let me copy it. Let me open this. Let me make a bunch of marks here so I can put it in here. And then I'm going to move it off to my other screen. Thank you. But wishing doesn't count here. Our Creator. Yeah, I'm on quite often. I try to stream at least every other day. I used to stream almost every day of the week. That's why if you go on my YouTube channel, you'll see I got like 700 videos up. So, but you have a good night. Take care. This text reminds me that it goes way back up here. Let me see, I'm on page 52. Now, there was a place where Jesus came down from the mountain and he broke the tablets, or the 12 commandments. Okay, these have all been moved up. That's how the priests are supposed to, what they're supposed to wear. There's pieces missing of the, in here. So this is still talking about making the tent for meeting for him. That's good. I hope you enjoy it. A lot of times inside my description, I'll have a few other videos, like Jesus defined what is Holy Spirit, and where is heaven located from, or heaven is located on earth. Jesus did not walk on water. and I explain in great detail why I'm saying these words. Okay, now this is getting close. Now this is, now this, okay, he's going to, in 2 days, he's going to come down and talk to them. Okay, so after the commandments, Moses spoke. See, I had one line sitting here that there was text missing. And this would, yeah, I had it noted, the text is missing. Now watch this when I stick it in here. This part that I just copied, if I go right here and I stick this here and I say moved this story here, and I notice by saying I need a few letters. Now this I need to copy here. I also needed to make it large 8 point. But you can see if I now get rid of this verse. Now these are YB's commandments, and we are to obey him forever. Hear me, Israel. YB is our creator. He is first. And these words I am reminding you today, they will be in your hearts and tongue, and you will teach them persistently to your, persistently is too big of a word. I'm trying to make this text easy enough for a 12-year-old to read. So persistently, you will teach them persistently. What's an easier word than persistently? So if I highlight that, go up here to the secular thesis, tirelessly, continually, consistently. I like repeatedly. Repeatedly. So now that I'm adding, that I'm getting rid of. But if this goes with this, let me just get rid of it right now and say that they're grouped together. And this is the next verse. Then if I get rid of this that was here, then I have these two grouped together. And these commandments, now his word, now these are his commandments, or his commandments. So this adding, and this is capitalized because it's talking, but these are his commands. This is the subject of commandments. And these are his commandments. And I am reminding you today And I'm reminding you today, they'll be on your heart and tongue. I am telling you that I am commanding you. I am commanding you. This is a big change of a word. So I'm going to say that I made that. I put that word in, and I've got to get rid of this word. Because in this subject matter now that we know what the subject is, and these are his commandments, and I am commanding you today, they will be on your heart and tongue, and you will teach them repeatedly to your children as you talk to them sitting in your home. Now that's pretty good placement for that text. That is a really good, whoops. Yeah, I want to copy this. Moved. Now I've got to say I moved it here. So now I got to go back to where I found this text. And move the story up. Oh. Now I'm going to take all this text here and say it's 8 point. Now I've got to say, okay, now we're talking about laws here. I better save all that. Now I better take this text. Yeah, now this is another law. So these are my side notes that I'm trying to remember them, but the more I read them and keep adding, these are going to be put together as later I'm going to gather them, say these are the laws, this is the commandments, this is his guidances other than laws, because there's statutes, which are the highest. Then there's commandments, the agreement, how we enter into heaven. And then there are his laws. So to foreigner sons, do not give your daughters to a foreigner's. This has got to be S, like that, foreigners. I don't know. You are not to intermarry. You will not give your daughters you are not to intermarry. I guess I need the word for. You will not. I'm saying these things over and over in my head, so that is true. Then that needs to be cleaned back up, put back up. nor will you take their daughters for your sons, but they will turn yours from following him. We are to be a holy nation, to wife our Creator, for he has chosen you as his people. Now this, I had tagged that was close to this. It reads as if it should be together. This was 6, this was 7. So it was written that it might have been in this order. This text is like, now when they came into the Sinai, they literally had Egyptians with them and probably a few foreigners with them that had married with them, because there's an Egyptian male Israeli daughter, and their son cursed our Creator. That blasphemy cursed, and Moses was told to stone him to death. So that's the word needs to be put that way in when Jesus says you are not to curse our Creator, not blasphemy. So now this, maybe this is like an afterthought for the laws, because I am putting this together as the laws. That's where I grouped it. And this is after setting up this. This would be like the laws, but this would have to pay up at Joshua's time. That's why I got to read this text again and again. Because after I clean it up, I got to read it again. So, more editing. Oh, that's right. I already moved this over here so I can get rid of that. But I'm going to put this over there just as a reminder that for myself that might go someplace else. Right now I'm going to leave it here. And you can't be a holy nation. You need to be a righteous nation. A righteous nation. Righteousness means that you're obedient to our Creator. That's the way I'm using the word righteous. You are to be a righteous nation to our Creator, for he has chosen you to be his people. When a brother dies and has no son, the wife of the deceased. Now this, when you're reading about Hannah, and the book says that there's this, can't remember his name, has 2 wives. That's not true. This is the story why Hannah lives with his brother. When a brother dies and has no son, the wife of the deceased is to marry with one of her husband's brothers to honor his brother, for her to birth him a son and reestablish his name, not to be wiped out from Israel. Because when they married to become one, she's now left alone, and this is he's already on the land. The land becomes part, after they're married, they're given a section of land. And so didn't want it to revert out or away from the family or back into the family. So this is the laws for this. Not be wiped out from Israel. If the brother does not desire to marry with his wife, then his wife will go to the elders and say, I have been refused to reestablish the name of his brother in Israel. Now this here, Israel, means the nation Israel. So this has to be the nation Israel. By not willing to honor him. Then the elders will summon him to speak to him, and if he does not take her in, she will come to him in the sight of the elders and pull his sandal off and throw it in his face, and will declare this is to be done to that male. Okay, I've seen that there needs to be more text after this. So I'm going to take this, but I'm going to move this line here and move it down here. And this done to that male who does not honor the law from YV of our land and inheritance. Okay. Okay, now this all has become, I'm adding. Okay. All right, now, if a male receives a wife, is this order correct? Because this is first to be how you marry. This one would be, yeah, I guess the order is okay. So if a male receives a wife and marries with her and turns against her by shameful deeds or publicly defames her or dishonors dishonor, dishonors, dishonors her, or publicly dishonors her. Hey, yeah, Terry and Jenny, how you doing? Yes, you're here. You're on YouTube. That's good. I don't get a lot of people from YouTube. What I'm doing is above my head here is kind of what I've done to tell you that I've done all the books that have this whole format of the first writer's words. And now I've combined them together. So I've got like 700 videos on YouTube. And in my description, I kind of give you some more hints, like this is how Jesus defines what a Holy Spirit is, where heaven is located from earth, and I get into great deals. This, what you're seeing, is a 3-verse format, where this is a statement, and these two define the statement, and it becomes a paragraph, or what they called is a psalm. And then you find another like psalm, and they group together like a large paragraph. And then here and here, there's a double space, and it repeats. So when you see above me where it says Jeremiah, something said he read the columns, he read from 3 or 4 columns, you're now seeing these columns. So, dishonors her, saying she was not a virgin. The girl's parents can bring out proof of their daughter's virginity to the elders nearby and say to the elders, he is saying she was not a virgin, but here's the proof. And they will spread out her sleeping bedding before him. Now this means the pure virgin. Here I have to add pure virgin. So let's see here. I want to add that. Okay. Then the elders will beat the male with a rod to punish him. And she will remain his wife, and he cannot divorce her all his days. But if this claim is true, that their daughter had married, they will be brought out. Okay, if their daughter had married, meaning married with another male outside of marriage, excuse me. They will bring her out to the road and stone her to death because she has committed. Okay, now this is the law that Jesus was telling them. This has to be laws. And stoning, so that needs to be added. They'll bring her, okay, stone her to death because she has committed an act of foolishness by partaking in adultery while at their home. If a male is found out marrying with a married female, both of them will die to remove that evilness from Israel. This is how I use to define the different terms of when Israel is a nation. This is being represented as when they came out of the Sinai, and they're still under the rules of judges before they get a king. When Saul comes along, I have a different meaning. Oh, the squirrel just jumped up here by the window. If a male marries by forcing her, he will die. You will do nothing to the female then, for she has not sinned. Okay, so raping is a law. Rape is death. So here our Creator laid down the law about a rapist. Now, this, I don't have it highlighted in as if it's, I think this is something that Moses wrote that he talked to our Creator. So I'm going to have to put all this as laws from our Creator. So to honor and respect our Creator, I use all cap letters in purple. And that way when the reader reads, they have an understanding who these words come from. That means that color means I had to add the text, and later I will go through every word and I will make it this color, but it will be italic to still remember that I had put those words in. And now, let's see here. I try to leave that word so everybody knows that what time these laws were for. I think that's just extra help to the reader to understand. Okay. Now this we know Moses added. Okay. A male marries her. A male marries. I don't need the word her. A male marries, and he has found her revealing herself to any neighbor. He can write her a divorce and put it in her hand. To send her out from his home. This is where this text comes, by the way. I put it so each book I have separate, put them together. Let's see, no, I haven't got that together yet. So, although I could, well, Now, this was done by Moses. He can write her a divorce and put it in her hand and send her out. So now this is what he wrote, and a lot of people are thinking that you can just divorce to divorce, but the law is here. She's revealing herself or coming on to her neighbors. Revealing herself means be naked to her neighbors. Okay. You will not cut yourself nor shave yourselves, for you are I just said righteous people. You are to be now this now I've got some of this up here already. This should be, I've got to divide this up. So this has to be part 1. And then this is part 2. Because this, let's see what I'm going to put it here. Move up. And I'm going to have to start adding numbers here. Or yeah, I could add numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make that 8 point. Now, I better put that over here in case I mess up. Because this all needs to be 8 point. Now I gotta go looking for it. I know there's something about tattooing here. I think that's, yeah, right here. Not to cut off your hair and your beard. So let me put this here. Oh, let me bring this over. So I can compare it. Sorry to make it small, but okay. You should not cut yourself. This, I forgot to make the word and here. And never make imprints on your body nor inks, which would be to cut yourself, shave yourself. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it here. No, I'm just going to remove it and say it's double text down here. That's what I got to do. When I get double text like this, I got to yeah, damn it. I don't know. I've got a problem with YouTube right now of not labeling things right. So I want to change the name on this real quick. Editing the hidden formats in the Bible. That'll do for now. And yeah, I've got it. I've talked to YouTube about that 3 times now, and I hate to lose the site. Okay. YouTube is, or Twitch is working. Now, how come it's not being shown here? It's supposed to be on Kick. Although, wait a second. Okay, it is there. Okay. Wow, that is really good. That is the fastest latency I've ever seen in all the streaming I've been doing for 2-3 years. So that's good. But I don't. Okay, I'll get back to the text here. Now this, I'm looking for this. Now I'll make it out. It's a double of text. Oh, gotta blow this back up. Now here's the foods, and I was up there already. So let me get rid of this text and say, does this need to be moved up with the other group of foods? This, I think, is better said than what I just generally quickly read here. This is page 54. These are past the laws. I went past it. This is it right here. So if I move it here, this is just the locus. Okay, the text needs to be put here because you can't eat the blood, then you'd have the animals that you could eat. So this text goes right here, and then all these, okay, this means I moved this text here, so moved words here, and I used 8s, let me use 9s, and this is 10, need it to be 8, and I need to copy that. Okay, now these are our creator's words. may eat the ox, ram, goat, deer, and like, whoops, this would have to be a like, so I'm adding this, like any animal that has a divided hoof and eats the grain. You're not to eat those. That eat the grain that does not that is not divided. Yeah, I guess I went too fast here. That is not divided. You may eat from the water that has fins and scales without is unclean. You may eat birds, but not like the eagle or the, whoops, and falcon. All the grouping with wings are unclean. All the grouping with wings are unclean. That isn't being said right. You may eat birds, but not like the eagle, vulture, and falcon. And all the grouping with wings are unclean. And you will not eat their dead. That's a poor use of words. They're dead. You will not eat. They're dead. I guess it means the death of the bird. So you may eat birds, but not like the eagle. So this means that it has to be like birds that eat the green. So that would be a lot of birds then. So now this I've moved here. Now I gotta go down. Moved words up. Now I moved them up to that. So that's good. So now save the text. Oh, my little mind hurts from trying to remember where all this text goes that I've read. So There will not be found among you anyone using divination or practices witchcraft, or who is a sorcerer or caster of casters of spells. Casters of spells. Or who practices witchcraft, or who is a sorcerer, or caster of spells. Or a conjurer or spiritualist, or a spiritist, or a conjurer or a spiritist, or who calls up the dead, you will kill them and be blameless. For those who practice these crafts, YB does not allow to be with you. Will not YB will not allow them to be with you. Okay, now this is Moses, but these are the words from our Creator. So and I think this would be like it can't be the word will. That's just not right. YB does not allow you to be with them. Maybe does not allow you to be with them. Okay. Trying to put everything in my head. I guess that's a good place for this text. This is not a good place for this text then. So what have I got here? The one who touches a dead, that person will be unclean for 7 days. Any male is unclean because of a demon emission. When it is morning, he will bathe himself and be unclean the daylight. You'll use a tool to dig a hole and cover your shit. Now here's a bunch of laws. And I believe these are going to be coming from our Creator. Well, this I don't want to put it in others. Okay. Okay, so this. Will charge interest to your neighbors. Your money is a loaning. Your money is to be a loaning. Now I'm thinking that this is laws that yeah, okay. Actually, there's a song about the priests, and this is what they did all their life with even hurt to themselves. They will not delay to pay your back, or you can send them to a work prison. Now, I added that, but that's because I know there's laws for the work prison. And oh, this is where I put it. Okay. Then someone can hire them and give their wages to the loaner, and then they will be released. When hiring, since I moved this here, I don't need that here anymore. You'll pay them at the end of the day, is what I'm seeing here. I don't like the word set, because it doesn't set. It would mean that they would think the world is not round. So before the sun downs. Okay. So, well, that must have been an old one. Doesn't taste good. Okay. This is for disputes. If there's a dispute between man, they can go to court, and the judges will decide their case righteously and condemn the wicked. If the wicked deserves to be beaten, the judge's attendants will make them lie down, and they will be beaten in their presence according to their guiltiness. Do not have in your bag differing weights, a large and a small. You'll have correct weights for just measurements, that your days are in that in your days you are good. Okay, that last verse, I gotta read that over. For just measurements, that in your days you are good. Yeah, okay, I guess that's okay. Okay, children, glutton, and drunkard. If anyone has a stubbornness or rebellious, not obeying, their father or mother, will not listen to them. They are to bring him to the elders, and they will tell the elders they are stubborn and rebellious. If found either with a stick, hit them. "20 times for not obeying their parents." And you don't want to hit your children. It's a command. If they are gluttonous or drunkard, then the men will stone them to death. Okay. All right, now here you can redeem an Israeli from a work person to serve you up to 6 years. But on your 7th years, they will leave to be free without payment. Interest. Okay. I definitely got to title this. But on your 7th, and we've already got the laws above there for when they're to blow their horn. So this has to go with the year of Jubilee. So I got to move this text up there with that. Let's have an argument. And one strikes the other with anything. Who struck them will pay for their losses until they are healed. Will pay as he judged, life for life. This means that this is after wrote that Moses wrote this after. So it'd be life for life. So if injured, miscarriage, kill him. Eye for eye, tooth for tooth. Or if an ox kills or gorges, male or female, ox will be stoned, and its meat will not be eaten, and the owner will go unpunished. If a male digs a pit, and it does not have a warning, well, and it does not have a warning, and someone's livestock goes into the pit, the owner of the pit will make good by giving money to the owner of the livestock. Now, I'm going to change the word money to silver, because that's the way they traded. Now, you just seen me having just weights. That's what the weights are for. They weight out their silver. You're supposed to put your weights that you're using, and then you weigh it and they weigh it, and it says it's the same. Then that's how they paid each other. So that now this, but where did I start that I said that redeems? This has got to be moved way up. And got to put many others here, because I'm seeing that I'll be removing this, because I've got these tied together because of livestock. I thought that was gray. Yeah, this has all got to be moved up. And it's actually, I'm thinking about this while I'm doing this, and these, almost have been in the Sinai when this happened. Now see, this is about, this means the refuge cities have to be done. It had to be explained before I could put this text here. So, browse in the end. And I don't know why I have it hyphened. So I get rid of it. Oh, now we're going to divide it now this way. I see. Like this. Now this means I need to divide it. So I got to go up here. Part 1. Part 2. Yeah, see, I've got it to move. So, okay, let me worry about this here right now, because I definitely want to move this group above. Yeah, this was this. I'll put it here. Move from blue all up to 707. This is what I want to make blue. Blue, no. So this text, I have to make sure that's after the judges. And then this text here is going to be all 8-point. I'm just trying to skim through here to see what I've got to remember where it could be. Okay, I didn't bring that group over. Okay, that's good because I think this is where the other group has got to come. I didn't highlight all this. You know, I might bring all that down. No, not really. He's tying it together. And right now I see this is a group, this is a group, this group. Okay, I threw that group out. Okay, now, not Dan or Mary. Work prison. Okay, here's the refuge city. The law for the refuge. Now this has to have the 7th year. Okay. So this text is going to go right after this. I don't know how my wheel does that. Okay. Now, because it's described here, how the blowing of the horns happens here. Blow the horns in your land for this releasing of prisoners and stuff from there. So this has to follow about how they served in this. Okay. So what I've noticed over the years is if, oops, is that our Creator has these people, or has this kind of law to where, gee, either you're dead or you're cast out, but there is no really prison except for this. So all disputes are paid, and that's kind of like what you're seeing of his laws. So they didn't really have prison per se. So now see, this here has to be moved up because this releasing is here. And yes, I think it could go there as a better place. So where is that text I want to move? Because I got to explain what these cities are before you read that other text. You're going to say, what judge, what law? Okay. Move all words up 666. Control copy. 8 point. Words up here. And I think I should give it a color as well. Now I'll go back down to where I just downsized. And make that a yellow. It's kind of easier to spot that way for people, I hope. Now, this is the daughters, and I'm thinking, oh, I gotta get rid of this text over here. That would be just undo. Now over here, it's about committed adultery is in here. Divorce is right there, so here's those weights. Now those weights could actually go up with the rest of this, what I just added up there. Because this is, I'm gonna make myself a note for next time, because I think I'm getting too much into my head here. See if I'm thinking the same thing as I'm thinking now when it's more clear, more cleaned up. So okay. Okay, that was the blue that I moved up. It's here. Okay, this I don't have a second group to, so, and I got this as this and then this. Now this could be thrown out because the law is already there. So I'm going to do that. When I said do, but that was just for the birds. These would be the beasts. This might need to be moved. And the next time. Now this is the second year. This is now the tribes will celebrate the passing over. And so this means that this Passover would be coming up. The first one was there. That's when they took off. I got text that they built his house at the end of the second year. This should go after that. That when they celebrated it, that should go with that up there. Now these, because I have this here, this text is a double. I have it singly set here. These are kind of like extra laws that move all up 555s. This has already been said. This. So I might take that out next time. So I'm going to make this 10 point. So next time it won't be erased when I get rid of all the 8 points. So this, control copy. This would be good right after the story of removing the shoe. Can't be right after the shoe. I like this here. You know, what I'm thinking here is these were laws that they added as they kept going on, because some of these have already been there, and they're being restated a little bit differently. Now these are like added little subjects. Boy, I'm going to have to make so many notes going back and forth. See this, see that. I can see that, but I can't do that now. But I do like this in this order. Now see, this is here, so this means this was wrote after that. Stoned to death any other gods. See, that's... Yeah, that's gotta... This is getting my head confused. So I guess this won't be... Because see, this here has to come through it, that this was said before. This has to be said before. And I'm going to take it and move it now. Down below this. These seem like extra judgments after the fact. Like they started coming up with more laws as they were going through and they added it to the text. But I got to group them all together because, and I want to make it sound like these came in this order. So now Yeah, I've got yeah, this is gonna take more time than, so I guess I've done enough editing in this. I'll just hopefully edit a lot of this next time. Now this was the one that I was thinking that should be after, because there were men that were unclean because of the law of the dead. Because you're unclean when you touch the dead for a certain amount of time. I can't remember right now. I'm sure it's going to be in that text. But this text, in the Sinai, so this text, and this text below it, they have to go to war, so this would have been together. Now see this, I think I've already got, oh, this is to yes, okay. That needs to be moved as well. So this text, because they got to go fight the Amalekites, so we got to have this text here. And I didn't put anything here yet. Move this. Purple grouping. Move these two groups up. Now these have to be, this is, I gotta find those words I was saying. After the house was built, or the tent for meeting was built on the first of the year. Boy, when I'm seeing this, I can see that I got a lot in order, out of order still. And everything was erected here. Because I got this as all the pieces of the description of the building of it. They got to be anointed here somewhere. But this has to say this was here. This is still talking to, now this, that's talking about their duties and still their duties, and this. So yeah, I'm gonna stick it right here. Aaron and Moses both died, so this has to be here. Yeah, because in the sign, this is right after they built the house, so I'm pretty sure this text will be here. I'll look at it and edit it next time. I want to get down here. See, all this has got to be in the Sinai. And these I've got to add as that group later text. This is kind of like added extras, but yes. Okay. Just waits. Oh, my little tiny head's got it filled for the day here. See, this here has got to go up there. It's almost got to go right where I took all this, put that up there. This needs to go up there too. Because, oh, well, this is even got to go farther up. Because this is picking the Levites, so this has to go way up above there yet. Because these are all the laws for the priest. These are the horns that they're going to blow for the 7 years and for before the enemy. This would be the story. And I think I corrected above Benjamin's. That was done a long time ago. Some of this text I haven't seen for about 6 months. But this would be the story. And this is what's confusing, why they're, when I'm trying to place the laws, there is this getting away from the story. Now his tent has to be made here. So yeah, but you would think that this story here yeah, it would go after they're assigned to the Levites. They would get jealous. This has to go. Yeah, this one's going to be an easy one to move. So move up 333. Copy. 8 point. You know, all the laws have got to go after these stories before they go to the Amaleks. That's how I'm going to divide this. That'll be here. Save that. You know, I got to do a cleanup here of this text, so I've got to just say special annual break lines to, well, I just needed the text size, I think. Font size will be 5. And this. And this might take a second. Okay. Save this. This should help me see these things crunch down a little bit. Now this was, I'm adding these here. The story that I want, where is that going to go? This has got to be divided more than what I've got it done. Because this is going to be when they're ready to move. So the story of that has to be put in above here. But no, they gotta be, okay, that's what I'm looking for. No. It's gotta go right here. That this knowledge of who's gonna get chose. So what do I have above here? Okay. See, you'll put it in a robe on Aaron. So it has to go before this then. This is what they're supposed to do inside. So it has to be before he was called to build it. He's got to call them together first. These are still all the things he's up on the hill for. It would be a good place right here. Right now, this would be my first choice, to stick it here. Because these are the commandments. Now he's got to choose the priest. So this would be good. So let me do 2, 2, 2, 2. And now come wherever I was. And where is it? Yes, this one here, right here. Move. These stories up to 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay. Yeah, that would be really good to go up there. So this all needs to. And where's the story? Because I think I should zip these together. Yep. And this will be the following story that happens. So all of this right here, control copy. This 8 point. Here. Okay. That's really clever. No. Yeah, you can tell when I was putting these together, I just get sick and tired of dividing them up. I said, let me get to working on the books, how hard it is to find where these go, because I don't have all the stories. Now I got all the stories. There's a lot of work. Oh, what I should do is go here and then say down, and I can get back there quicker. Okay. Now, I took this as all a group. What happens next? This I moved up. Now here's when they're gonna move. Whoops. Now here's when they're gonna move. And I want this to be I guess this would be good after the laws. This will have to be third year. This is when they actually travel, because I already got the second year there and they have it built, but then there's those problems. So after counting and everything, then this has, so this has to be the third year. And all this has to be laws above here. Let me make sure that, because if this is all going to be thrown out, what's the last thing I got here? Should be the laws. Yes. Oh. Yeah, it would make sense that they counted them for war, got them ready. Here's the laws, and now they're going to move. And this is the year that they're going to move. Okay. I'm thinking that the text is starting to come out pretty good here. Oh, I gotta stand up and stretch a little bit here. So let's see, where's that? Be right back. I need this over here. I need this here. Wow. Just needed to stretch and walk around a second. So in this third year, in the second 5 count, tribes were to travel is I'm going to need the word so. S-O. So his tent and fence were taken down, and they carried everything. Now this is here, means I've got to move this up there with the war, males for war. In the second year. But if I take this out, okay, no, if I move this up, copy, undo, paste. 8 point. Those, I shouldn't be playing with those. Got too much work to do. If I could, I busted in 222, I should have done that. So I moved that up. Story has to go after this though. He's got to pick them, so maybe I went too far. They will have no inheritance. They'll be priests. These are who will do the work. This is they have this argument. This is all in the second year. These are the articles that are needed to build the tent. So if this is in the second year, then that's done. Now that they've divided, now that he's divided the Levites out, and they're making his tent, and it's got to be the end, so it's got to be completed. I don't know if this search in 222 is any good. Because there's a lot of scrolling. This is still the tent. What's supposed to happen? Where's the next good text? Okay. Now that the tent was erected, there Moses stood and went into the tent. This, I think, is not where it's going to go. Okay, who are able to go out for war. Now comes this story is better than that story. So this on the second 5 count, this will have to be a different 5 count because it says here, because this is if it's on the second, and because I claim they were celebrate on the second 5. Okay, this the next month after the first year, so that is what that's about. Let me save this for right now. Yeah, this has to be changed. So right now, I'm just going to put a reminder. Yes, that's going together really good. Let's see, this is just 20 years old and up. As long as I have that up here, 20 years and older who are able to battle for Israel. So this is a double. This is all out. Out a double. See above. Okay. And save. So that has to be sewed to that. This has to go up with that story now that's above. Although I'll leave that there right now. You know, I should actually clean all this stuff up. Because it's getting to me scrolling pages of useless text now. So how will I do that? Save as with 8 point not removed. On 7/19/2024. Now if I make another copy, it does look like I added Psalms in here. Okay. Now this, I've got to find where I'm gonna clean it up and mark it. Wow, that's really far away yet. Okay, here's the Amaleks. So that'd be a good place to stop it. Okay. All, whoops, above all 8 point was removed. This means I have to input all editing below into that editing before 7/19/2024. That should get my attention. Oops. I need to cancel that. Ivy's promise after 7/19/24. Save to combine with first editing. Amaleks. Okay. So that should be the key word that I'm really looking for. So okay, I'm just looking. Yes, I've got those. This is a copy of this, copy of that copy. So in case I lose anything, and I have done before. So now this needs a cleanup, which means replace, let's search up all, and this is 8 point. And no formatting. That's to be removed. So if I click this button, okay. Close that out. And this should be all this is removed, cleaned up. Oops, I seen that red there. Okay. Now I want to Control A, copy. In case I messed this thing up, I've got a copy of that. And this I can save as, oops, how come, okay, let me see how to get to that. Here. Where is it? It didn't get put in here. So it's got to be on my desktop. Let me go look in the desktop. Go into documents. See, and just like that, that's saved. Let's say if I went to save this again, save as. I did it 2 minutes. Desk for videos. What the hell? That one was saved there. Why are they defaulting to my video disks? That is really weird. Okay, let me go back. And I don't see them. Oh, from here. No, that's where I want them to be. Okay, there they are. Now they're there. They must have been put at the bottom. Okay. So now this one, I wanted to grab that title from, then put this down. And this is, I've been doing this for so many years that I know that when I'm doing this, especially now, I got to be really careful. So, and I have it under this. This would be before this one. See that one. And this is save as this, but working on it. Okay. So now that I've got this, I can get rid of this one. Save it. Save it. Put this up here. Now I've got to make sure that's 10, that's older. So this one to here are the new ones that I'm working on. So copy them. Where's my F? Right here. So right click, paste. Yep. In my thumb drive. Yes. Okay. I don't need this. Now this. They haven't fought the Amaleks yet. Whoops, there it is. Yes, there was a lot that I took out. Text. And I'm holding down on the delete key. That's how much needed to be taken out, or was taken out. So let me go back here, make it a smaller text right now, and then jump down to see where all the big spaces are at. Must be a reason why I got that space there. Wow, it did clean up pretty good. Oops. Like there. I don't want to fill that type of gap. Because sometimes I left myself spaces that are reminders that there's text missing right about here. Do I have another story to go in there? Bit like this one. And there would be a deal here. Yeah, see, this is, well, this can be because this I think is all done for right now. They should all be zipped together. This I don't need. I don't have where this text come from. So I've got to put a warning here for me. What the hell? Okay. These two went together, so it's a double space. Oops, what I do? Wrong. Says, may I remember that note? Yeah, there needs to be the 12 altars made if text is missing for building them. And the assignment of the attendants, their attendant priest. And they wrote in columns. Oops, I'm going to do that. This is what I was looking for, is to clean up big spaces like that. Because I'm pretty much thinking that that's how the text is going to be. Hopefully I've arranged it so it's in order. And that's my hope. That when the next time I go through there, I don't have to do as much. So that's the end of the stories. That should be there. This is the end of the story. It's there. That I think goes together. Well, okay, finally caught up to where I'm supposed to be. Okay. 9 o'clock. I think I'm going to call it for the day. My hands are starting to get a little sore. So I don't need this over here. Oh, checked all that. Don't need that. Okay, now. And I start right here on the next cleanup tomorrow. I want to make a couple more videos for this. Keep them riled up. All right. Have a great day. I am going to push the button here. Stop stream.